Hey everybody, today we're going to work on fractions. So yeah, basically it's order of operations again, but with fractions. This is a little more involved than the previous work that we were doing because everybody loves fractions, right guys? So yeah, don't worry, we'll get through this and I'll show you how to make this a little easier. So first thing we want to do is remind ourselves, oh I don't have enough room. We're going to remind ourselves of the acronym that we use for order of operations, which is the following. Okay, so let's take a look at this. We have subtraction, we have division, so we're going to divide first. So we need to divide -1/2 by 3/5. So when you divide, you're actually multiplying by the reciprocal. So we're taking 1/2, we're dividing it by 3/5. So when you divide by a fraction, you're actually just multiplying by its reciprocal or its multiplicative inverse. So we're going to take 1/2 and multiply it by 5/3. Okay. So now we just multiply across, so -1 times 5 is, and by the way, when you have a negative fraction like this, it's best usually to pick a number, either the top number, the numerator, or the bottom number, the denominator, as where the negative is going. So I'm going to take it up here, so it would be -1. So -1 times 5 is -5, excuse me. And then 2 times 3 is 6, so this becomes -5/6. So we have 3.5 minus 5/6. Okay, so now we have to do this. So all right, so I guess there's not a lot of room on this, but I guess we'll do it over here. So 3.5 minus 5/6. So what we want to do, what I would do is actually change this to an improper fraction first. So 3 times 2 is 6. So I always say it like this, big times bottom plus the top. So 3 times 2 is 6, plus the top is 7, so 7/2. So we have 7/2 minus 5/6. Okay, now this is an improper fraction because the numerator is larger than the denominator. So we want these to have the same denominator. This is a 6, this is a 2. 2 can become 6 just by multiplying by 3. So multiply top and bottom by 3. So we have 21/6 minus 5/6. And now we can subtract these because 21 minus 5, they have the same denominator. 21 take away 5 is 14. And it's going to be positive because the larger number is positive. So we have 14/6. And we can simplify that. They're both divisible by 2, so this becomes 7/3. If we want that to be a mixed number, we're going to make that, let's see, 3 goes into 7 twice with 1 left over, so 2 1/3. And that's going to be what we have. It's going to be 2 1/3. Okay, let's look at number 3. So we have some stuff going on here. We have multiplication and we have an exponent. We're going to do the exponent first because the exponent comes before multiplication and division. So -2 squared, you notice the negative is inside the parentheses, so that's important. That means it's going to become +4 because it's -2 times -2. So 2 times 2 4/5 times 4, and we're going to multiply across. So we're multiplying 2 by 2 4/5. So let's write this over here. 2 times 2 4/5. We want to change this to an improper fraction before we multiply. So 2 times 5 is 10, so big times bottom is 10, plus the top is 4, so 10 plus 4 is 14, so 2 times 14/5, and this is 2/1, so 2 times 14 is 28/5, so we have 28/5 times 4, and I'm not going to change that yet, we're just going to keep it like that to make this easier for us, and 4 times 28 is, let's see, I think it's 112, let's double check that. My mental math says 112, but I don't trust my mental math, so let's just check it. It is 112. Look at that. Look at that. No edit there. 112. So 112/5, and we want to find out what that is as a mixed number. So 5 divides 112. Let's do it the old-fashioned way, guys. So watch this. I bet it's been a while since you did this. So 5 divides 1, 0. 5 divides 11 twice. 2 times 5 is 10. Bring down the 1. 5 divides 12 twice. Bring down the 2. So we have a remainder of 2, so 22 2/5. So it could be 112/5, or you could say 22 2/5. Now if you're watching these and you're like, oh my god, I don't remember this at all, it's okay. It's all right. Most of us haven't done this in a long time, so it doesn't hurt to see it again, no? Look at this problem. Oh boy, this is a mean one. So let's look at this. So we have parentheses, and we may run out of room. If we do, we're going to flip over the page. Yeah, I'll have time to do this. So let's look at this. Let's look at this first set of parentheses. We have multiplication. We're subtracting a negative. So I'm going to simplify things. I'm going to get rid of this first. So this is going to become plus. I'm No, that's over here. Okay, so we're going to rewrite this. We're going to write 2 over 5 times negative 11 over 6 plus 2 and a fourth. And over here, nothing changes. Negative 2 and 4/5 minus 3 and a half. Okay, so we almost have two separate problems to work on. Let's focus on this first. So we have multiplication and addition. Let's multiply first. So 2 times 11 is 22. We have a negative and a positive, so this would be a negative answer. So negative 22 over 5 times 6, which is 30, plus 2 and a fourth. And we're going to leave this here, negative 2 and 4/5 minus 3 and a half. So we have to combine these. All right, well, let's do this. First of all, let's simplify this. These are both divisible by 2. This will become 11 over 15. 11 over 15. And the reason I'm doing that, you'll see why. Plus 2 and a fourth. And then this is negative 2 and 4/5 minus 3 and a half. Yeah, I'm gonna end up using another piece of paper, but that's okay. Let's put this over here. All right, so let's do this. So we have to combine these together. So negative 11 over 15 plus 2 and a fourth. So we want to make this an improper fraction. So 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So negative 11 over 15 plus 9/4. We want the lowest common denominator. So 4 and 15 can both become 60. So multiply this by 4, multiply this by 15. This will become negative 44 over 60. And this will become, I don't know 9 times 15. I don't trust my mental math on that. So 9 times 15 is going to be 135. Okay, so 135 positive over 60. So negative 44 plus 135. Well, that's the same thing as 135 minus 44, isn't it? So let's just do that. And don't be afraid to use a calculator on this. It makes your life a lot easier. So 91. So 91 over 60. And it's positive because we take the sign of the larger number. Okay, so this is 91 over 60. And we're going to do this as well. So we have negative 2 and 4/5 minus 3 and a half. So let's write it, actually, I don't know why I wrote it like that. So negative 2 and 4/5 minus 3 and a half. Let's change these both to improper fractions. So 2 times 5 is 10, plus 4 is 14, so we have negative 14 over 5. And then 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7, so 7 over 2, both negative. Now we want them to have the same denominator, so we're going to multiply this by 2 and this by 5. So we have negative 28 over 10 and negative 35 over 10. So we're going to combine these together, and we're going to get, let's see, carry the 1, 63, I think? Yeah, 63 over 10, and then both negatives we add and keep. So this is what it is in improper fraction. We're going to leave it like that for now. So we have negative 63 over 10. What a nasty problem this is. And now we multiply these together. So we have 91 over 60 times negative 63 over 10. So you can see there's a lot of chances to make mistakes on these. All right, okay, let's multiply this across. So 60 times 10 is going to be 600. And 91 times 63, I don't know what that is. Let's use our calculator. 91 times 63, so we can see this. There you go. That's 5,733. 5,733. And we're going to make that negative, because it's a negative times a positive. And we can keep it as an improper fraction, which I'll write like this. Negative 5,733 over 600. Or we can write that as an improper fraction. So as an improper fraction, I'm not going to expect you to divide that by the old-fashioned way, so let's do this. So 5,733 divided by 600. We're going to get 9 and some change. So it's going to be 9. Let's find out what that change is. So 9 times 600, let's see what that is. 9, times 600 is 5,400. And if you subtract that from 5,733, you'll get the difference, which is going to be 333. So it's be 9 and 333 over 600. You could simplify that. They're both divisible by 3. So we get 111 over 200. Yeah. So that's what it looks like as a mixed number. I'm going to write that down here. So 9, 200. Okay. That's a nasty problem. Wow. Okay, let's go back. We'll do the odds, I guess. No, we'll do all of them. Why not? We'll do all of them. So let's take a look at this one, number 2. Number 2, we have subtraction, multiplication. So we're going to do multiplication first. We need to convert this to an improper fraction, though. So right over here. So negative 3 3/4 is actually going to be 3 times 4 is 12, plus 3 is 15. So negative 15 over 4. So we're going to rewrite that. We'll do the same thing here, actually. We're going to convert that. So this becomes times negative 15 over 4. This is negative 2/5. But let's change this. So 2 times 4 is 8, plus 3 is 11. So 11/4. So we have subtraction, we have multiplication. We're going to multiply first. Let's write that over here. So negative 2 over 5 times negative 15 over 4. And that's going to be negative times negative is a positive, right? I could simplify here, but I don't want to confuse people. So we're just going to multiply across. So we're going to get 2 times 15 is 30. And 5 times 4 is 20. And negative times negative is a positive. So this is positive 30 over 20. 11 over 4. Now I can definitely simplify that. They're both divisible by 10. So it'll be 11 over 4 plus 3 over 2. And we can do that over here. So 11 over 4 plus 3 over 2. And we're going to multiply this by 2 because I want that to be the same denominator as 4. So 11 over 4 plus 6 over 4, and that's going to give us 17 over 4. So we have 17 over 4. Or you can write that as as a mixed number, which would be, see, 4 divided 17 4 times with 1 remainder, I believe. Yeah. Or 4 1/4. Either one's fine. Okay. And we're going to stop there because I'm actually going to run out of time. So hopefully that helps. This is more just practice, see how much we remember. If you guys want me to go over 4 and 6 in class, I'm more than happy to do that. So hopefully that helps. Thanks, guys.